What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lecter, and today we got another figure here to be added into the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wave, and this is of course Drax, the Destroyer. I mean, they took away the Destroyer, but we have Drax here, which I am really liking his character a lot, and I'm just really excited to check out this figure. So in today's video, what we're going to do, of course, is to check out the figure, go through the articulation, do some comparisons, and of course share with you my thoughts and my opinions on it. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here with the packaging, and again, these are the last few days of this windowless packaging, which I'm actually really excited about because no more of this kind of crap. I mean, I do like my figures where I can put them in the box and it goes up in display, and instead of just having a box like this, which kind of ruins the whole experience. So we have the picture of Drax on the side, which I hope you guys can see here, yeah. And of course on the back here we have a product image with all the accessories on the back, and we also have the list of all the figures here with the Build-A-Figure pieces. And this one here does come with the right leg for the Cosmo dog Build-A-Figure. So now let's just unbox this bad boy up. Okay, so here is Drax, the Destroyer figure, and first of all, I'm going to say that I hope he kind of gets a full destroying scene in the latest movie coming out later, because we haven't really seen that. I mean, his name is always Destroy, but I haven't really seen him destroy stuff, which is going to be pretty interesting, and I do hope he gets a nice send-off. So yeah, enough of that. Let's just get back into the figure. So in terms of accessories, there isn't, again, much to it when it comes to this whole wave. We have the pair of knives here, which we have seen a lot of times before. So that is about it. There isn't any extra hit, which they could have given us with the screaming hit from the Volume 2 or the Volume 1, which I think is pretty disappointing, and we do not have any more pair of hands. So you gotta like put the knives into his hand, because if you put it into his boots here, you're not gonna be really happy because you don't have the closed fisted hands, which is just so disappointing. I mean, it just lacks a lot of accessories in this whole wave so far, which is pretty disappointing. But let's just look at the figure itself. So in terms of like the knives, we can see here it looks pretty much the same as we have got it so far. Like I mentioned, we have a little bit of engraving on the handles and on the knives as well. And I'm going to take out a older figure, which is from the Volume 1. So you can see here it looks exactly the same. I think a little bit more details, and I do like the silver color that came with the older Volume 1 Drax figure, which is pretty interesting. This one is a little bit more plastic here with the gray, which is again very disappointing. So going on to the figure here, looks alright. I mean, Drax looks really cool. I like his body, very nice chunky figure, very big, thick on him, muscular. And for the face, I think the face tag technology on this is really, really nice. I mean, you do have that nice resemblance here to Dave Bautista. Does have a very, very good eyes to him as well, nose, and the sculpting on his face here as well. The paint looks really nice on the back here as well. Looks really, really nice. One thing I noticed was the hinge was really tight on my figure when I first got it. I gotta like just take out the head and slowly kind of push it. So I'm not sure whether it's the same for your figures out there. And just looking at the suit, this is again something we have seen with the Rocket suit. So you have the nice emblem logo, the golden logo on his chest here, engraved, and you do have the nice color. And the suit as well, you do have the nice seams on him as well. So it does look like it's wearing a nice spacesuit. We have pinless joints all around him for his upper body. The lower one here does look very similar to the older figure we have gotten so far. So this is the Volume 1. So I think this is where they use the same thing. So you can see here, have a closer look. Looks about the same. So I think that's why it still uses a pin knees here, the pin lower torso, and about there. I mean, if you look at the seams, like you look at the crest on him, it looks exactly the same from what we've gotten so far. On the top end here as well, you can see that the red doesn't follow through. It just stops here and follows down, whereas this one was just like all brown. So I think that's where they reuse the old figure here, which is I don't know, a good thing or a bad thing. I did wish that they've given us a whole new body mold with pinless joints, and I mean, it looks all right for me. The color definitely doesn't match at all. Just to let you guys know, the color doesn't really match at all, which we will do a nice kind of head swap later. But you can actually kind of, I think it's not going to be too bad, but I'm going to do it a bit later. So we have the buttons on him as well, which looks really nice. So the belt, it is quite movable, so you can just kind of move it around, and it does have a nice gray to it, and yeah, I think overall looking really cool. And now let's just move on straight to articulation. So like I mentioned, my head joint was really hard. This one does have the disc joint movement, so you can tilt up this much, and you can tilt down here this much, which is pretty cool. And of course you do have some nice rotation here and nice some swivel on his head. In terms of the arms, you can spread out this much, and of course you can rotate it as much as you want. You do have some nice huge bicep swivel, so you can go like this, and you do have the double jointed elbows, which goes up this much. Not too bad, about the 90 degrees mark because of his huge arms. And if you go on to the wrist here, you can hinge up and down, you can rotate it as much as you want. Going on to the torso, you can crunch forward this much, crunch forward backwards this much, and of course you do have nice waist rotation, which is a little bit hindered by the belt. And if you go for the legs, you can spread out this much. So yeah, very nice splits here. And in terms of the head and the leg kick out here, 90 degrees, which is really nice. You do have the, like I mentioned, the pin knees here, so you can crunch forward this much, and you do have nice ankle pivot here and hinge up and down as well. So you can do a closer comparison with the older Drax figure. So you can see, so I'm going to do a little bit of head swaps. Okay, so to be honest, I didn't expect this, but yes, the color on the volume 1, I don't have the volume 2, but I think the volume 2 was a little bit more bluish. But this color actually suits the latest volume 3 very well. It's very hard to tell the color difference, but the only boring thing is that the expression is about the same. So if you want the screaming head, you have to get the volume 2 or maybe the 5-pack, the Disney exclusive. And for the heads here, you can see that definitely the newer head model looks much more accurate. The older one looks pretty alright for my liking, and for its time, I think it looks really good. But this one here definitely looks more Dave Bautista than the older figure. So yeah, that is what you're gonna get with both of these two figures. And of course, just measuring on this figure, it does stand in at about the 6.5-inch mark. And here he is next to some other characters that we have already reviewed so far on this channel. And I do like the height difference, just a little bit taller compared to Adam Warlock, and definitely much taller compared to Rocket Raccoon. And here he is next to some other Guardians of the Galaxy figures. Here's the Volume 2 Star-Lord, which I think I still really do like. And we have, of course, the Groot Build-A-Figure. When overall, I think this one still fits in pretty well with this team so far. And here he is next to an average 6-inch Marvel Legends figure. So that is it with the Drax figure here from the Marvel Legends. And for rating, I'm going to give this a nice 6.5 out of 10. I mean, I'm going to minus points because there is a lack of accessories. We have already had the screaming head, so there isn't too much of a problem just to give us an extra head. This, it's using the same lower body here, which is again disappointing because you're cutting out a lot of stuff and you're still, chipping out on some of this lower body. So yeah, I'm gonna minus points. But in terms of the head sculpt, in terms of the suit, I think it looks really nice. And of course, just next to the other team members here, we have already Rocket. I think it looks really nice, and I'm just really excited to complete this whole wave. So yes, if you guys enjoyed this video, do click the like and smash that subscribe button down below for more videos and in the future. And also do follow me on my socials and the Instagram at the Humble Lecter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.